Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'm here. Had an hour left, fresh like a loaf of bread. It is a challenge sometimes, and I think for a lot of us, and I was thinking of that tonight, as I'm hauling all my Christmas stuff into the living room and things, and I go, it's just you, Cindy, right? Seriously, it's just you. You've really got to think about it, and you really got to give it to all the mums and dads out there with Christmas decorations and trees and Christmas dinner and shopping for presents and baking and having friends and family. Oh, this is what I'm thinking, right? But it's all done, and I am pleased. I am pleased that it's done, but it makes me take note, right? That sometimes we don't appreciate. We only see what's lacking in what somebody's bringing to the table for us, and we don't appreciate all those little extras, all the extra special touches, extra effort, right? The kindnesses and the thoughts. I left for work. Oh, my sister appreciates this. I left for work early today and I went off to a hardware store because my sister wanted a shower head. I promised her a shower head for Christmas. I know, right? But that's what she wants, and she does need it. So I was happy to do that. But in my presence this year, I kind of thought, what would everybody appreciate? And last year, if you guys don't know, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside, and I work in a little thrift store. It puts the roof over my head as I practice my craft, right? As I allow myself to in a comfortable, safe space because of this little job that puts over my head just enough hours so that I can apply equal hours, probably more, right? Because there's all that like stuff that's like homework that seems to be you're constantly doing. But I didn't want to lose track of what I was talking about, right? It's just you gotta appreciate, you know, the spectacular. What's that? Is that the word? That the spectacle. Sorry, the spectacle of Christmas, because oh my goodness, like I said, it's just me, and I am pooped. I am broke. I am not done because I still have packing and wrapping and stuff to do. And I do like it. But like I said, this year I took special care just to make sure that, I thought of what people would like within those budgets that I had put together, right? And to make sure that everybody, I wanted to, say Merry Christmas, that I wanted to wish well, including anybody who's popping into these lives, right? And whether you just pop in once or you pop in consistently, I know a lot of you will come in on your own free time when you can actually sit down and put your feet up and not be in that bustle of the holiday or whatever you're doing, because I can appreciate what I don't know, because in my small experiences of trying to get it done, I can imagine if I had a big family, how hard it would really be, right? So I just wanted to just give a little appreciation to all those parents and grandmas and next door neighbors. Maybe it's the teachers at school, maybe it's the teachers at Sunday school, no matter what denomination you are, that are putting those extra effort, those little bit of extra kindnesses out there to the world. Hi, Nancy, dear. Hello, Nancy. Merry Christmas. Two more sleepies. Is it two more sleepies? Tonight, tomorrow night. No, three more sleepies, and it's Christmas. How exciting! How exciting is that? Oh, Nancy, I'm going to have to message you with your tracking number because you'll be able to track your package once it's over the border, right? I sent your package out, so I'll send you that tracking number tomorrow after work. It's I'm in my weekend, and you know how busy I am with this job, right? And yeah, excellent. I hope you like it. You should do a little video, Nancy, of Canadian treats. I see people like the Australians and stuff. They like to get these little care packages of Canadian treats, and they do little YouTube videos, right? And give their opinions as to what they think of the Canadian treats. Because I only sent you. Oh, you already had that planned. Oh, but make sure you leave me a link, okay, Nancy, so that I can watch it. I'd like to see what you think of ketchup chips because I'll tell you now, Nancy, when I go to the grocery store, I'm eating cheese puffs. You know what the cheese puffs are? They're like some kind of like a cheesy, right? But they're puffy cheesies, and then ketchup chips. Those are my favorite potato chips. So yeah, I hope you like what I put into your care box. And I tried to get the freshest of everything with the expiry dates that were the latest so that everything would be nice and fresh for you, right? I wanted to send you some butter tarts, and I wanted to send you some Timbits, but for sure the Timbits wouldn't have lasted, Nancy. For sure. Okay, you guys, I get sidetracked in these conversations off to the side on the live. Right, Nancy? I hope you have an amazing. Oh, you have cheese. Yeah, cheese puffs. Yeah, cheese puffs. Yeah, so I hope you have an amazing Christmas, Nancy. I'm sure we'll probably talk in the next few days, right? Uh, for Christmas this year, I've invited a girl that I work with over for dinner. She's gonna do her laundry here. We're gonna watch movies, and she's gonna finish the alcohol from the Christmas party. We have the Christmas Eve party too, Nancy. I don't know if you're coming on Christmas Eve. Everybody's welcome if you have nothing to do, or if you're home from your family events, or the family event was just too much. You wanted to go home early and you just want to come and hang out with us. Christmas Eve, 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, and it goes for whenever it goes, right? We don't usually make it till midnight. And of course, I don't drink very often, and I'm making cocktails for myself. It's a pajama party kind of idea. I'll be wearing, I don't know, one of my flannel nightgowns, I'm sure. Oh, Nancy, a little bit of confidence. A little bit of confidence in where are they? Constables? No, they're not. Oh, officers. That's what they're. Well, that's what we call them in Canada anyway. We call them custom officers. But, right? Have a little bit of confidence. Right? I was watching a little bit of the news, just every once in a while, I just to see what's going on in the world. I cannot believe what's been going on, and I have been so deep into it and totally unaware of how devastating some of these things are going on in the world. Even in my own country, like it's COVID season. There's lots of COVID around. There's lots of influenza around, and yeah, it's people got to be a little bit careful because we're going, right, lots of visiting family and stuff like this. So I want everybody to stay healthy over the season. And I know we're coming out of, like, we like to think that we're coming out of, right, a rough few years with the COVID, but we're not even close to being done, you guys. Not even close to being done with this. I think it's going to be a few more years yet. Even my family, we're getting together real quick just to exchange presents at my sister's. It'll probably be no more than a half an hour or an hour, and then I'll be coming home, and then we have our live show. I have a bit of a show and tell also on Christmas Eve, so that'll be fun. What's the C word? I don't understand what the C word. What did I say a C word? I've never had any of my videos flagged or anything. Huh? Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. I have a really good relationships. I'd love to be corrected on these things because I like to be up and up because my partnership with YouTube is extremely probably one of the most important relationships that I have in my life is that relationship that I have with YouTube. This channel has become everything for me, right? So my brand, I've been building this now for almost 10 years, changing and pivoting and learning and expanding and right, getting to know people, right? Practicing my craft, but none of it would have been possible without the guidance, right? And that follow me that I have with the suggestions. I don't even have my what do you call that, subscriptions. I don't go by my subscriptions. I go by what's suggested to me in my videos. So YouTube, you'll usually give me a selection of videos, and I'll just pick videos out of whatever's being suggested. It works really, 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 really well for me. Oh, I don't mind that. Oh, I have no problems with the notices. Not at all. I actually would probably, right? They can put it on every single one of my videos if they prefer, because wow, this is something that has impacted the world and continues to, but because we're so emotionally done with it, right? We're kind of pretending it away, you know what I mean? We're kind of brushing it off, not brushing it off to the side, but just carrying on with our lives, right? And not taking it into mind. I've been wearing my mask off and on at work again, especially during the winter, and especially with this funny season we're having this year. It's been hot and cold, and it went to +2 today. +2 Celsius. That never happens. I barely have any snow on the ground at all. I mean, we will have a white Christmas unless it gets really warm, really, really warm in the next couple of days. But I tell you, we haven't even started our winter yet, and it's already it's already December. That's absolutely just incredible. It's going to be Christmas in a couple of days. But thank you for that information because, like I said, yeah, my relationship with YouTube, I want to be upright and right, especially when I am touching on heavier topics, like even topics like the kids can't even get up my content, Nancy. Right? You have to be 18 years old to be able to, follow any of my content. I can't get at the kids, and the kids are the ones that need the help. I was just saying, right? You got to appreciate all the parents and the grandparents and the next door neighbors and the teachers and right, even strangers and all the kindnesses that are out there, because you have no idea how it means and what it means to somebody who has nothing, right? I live in a building where there are lots of people who have nothing, right? Yeah. It is unfortunate, right? It is unfortunate, but this Christmas season is our time to, right, to give a little bit more, to dig a little bit deeper, to appreciate a little bit more, to put up a little bit more, right? Because sometimes we have to be around, right, the brother-in-law who isn't probably your favorite. I love all my brother-in-laws. They're all amazing, right? I appreciate them all. And but sometimes, right, even in a family, we don't rub each other well. And that's why I said, if you're kicking around on Christmas Eve and you want to come and hang out with us, right? 100% come and hang out with us. Okay, so before I disappear, let's get back onto this topic of understanding, right? You know, all week we've been talking about this, and it has been, some of these words are pretty heavy for me, but it's like I think I got this down back, right? Oh, we're gonna have a great week on this. Oh, wait to hear this story, and then I end up going that story or that expression or that a feeling, and then it just gets deeper, 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 and it carries on. It's just not in this little slot, this box of this live. I carry it into my day, right? And then by evening, and it's not like I'm driving myself crazy, but of course, right? These words I pick because I believe things come across our paths for a reason. And yes, I wrote all those words down, but I didn't know what word we were going to pick this week, right? And so I have to give it what I think that it deserves. Whatever word I pick, it deserves as much attention as I can put to it as I possibly can. But, right, we know that's not always the case. I wasn't going to say not always possible, because if you really apply yourself, anything is possible, right? Nothing is impossible. Nothing is unsolvable, right? That it's just a matter of not giving up, and it's a matter of just tweaking those little mistakes and failures and bumps and hiccups and mistakes that we have, right? Tweak, tweak, tweak until after a point, the next thing you know, you're doing quads like Elvis. He was a figure skater, right? He was the first person. Nobody thought you could ever do the quad, right? And he practiced, and he applied himself and applied himself. And nobody had, no, they thought he was going to kill himself. And now, when you do these competitions in figure skating, pretty much a requirement. Everybody does them now. It's just a matter of taking the first step in that. Now, I don't know how I got into that conversation because we are on this word understanding, but let's just say there's something there, and I'll pick it up when I come back in after my live, and we're going to tie it up because my day is over, and of course you're getting, right, it's not the bottom of the milkshake glass, but it's not overflowing like as if it was, right, closer to the beginning of my day, or right after an amazing experience or amazing conversation, or where I feel super pumped and excited about the next task at hand. This is the end of the day, so it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling, and probably that lesson coming across is going to be completely different too. But then again, maybe it isn't, right? Maybe it's just in that understanding that I'm not even close to understanding, right? That sometimes we just keep pursuing and pushing and striving and beating ourselves up and guilting ourselves out, shaming ourselves, that, right, that we manage to get things done, but not with the joy of it, not with fun, right? Not with right, not with a great attitude towards it. It seems like it's something that somebody's shoving down your throat, right? And it could be the most delicious things ever, but because it wasn't something that, right, that you were willing to do in the moment, right? So sometimes we do have to, well, we do have to push ourselves, don't we? And show up the best that we can, whether we have that energy or we don't have that energy. And I think it would be perfectly acceptable to reason that, right? So it's a matter of readjusting things so that, possibly we show up first thing in the morning if we can't go later on in the morning or later on in the afternoon, and doing your lives in the evening is a little bit too late. Because, right, I do understand that people are off to bed, but in some parts of the world, people are just starting their day too, right? And yeah, grateful that you guys punched in. Let me give you. Oh, I was gonna say, let me give you some waves. That's my thing on Instagram. Let me give you some waves. And no, that's not the case here on YouTube. But thank you so much, everybody, for popping in. But like I said, I can't tie this off without properly bringing it back to the main branch this week, because this word understanding is super huge. And I think now that we're starting to get into those words, and we're gonna start hitting those words a second time. And I think this word understanding, if I were to happen onto the word again, I think I would be happy to delve into it again, right? Because I think, we're constantly changing. And this is, you know, something I'm delving into deeper in the past couple of weeks. Change has always been present in my life, but to actually understand that it's almost seasonal, it's almost patterny, it's almost like I've been talking this week about the prerequisites. It's almost like dominoes, like it's in order, like it's being served, like it's a 5-course meal. You know what I mean? In that transitioning, and maybe that's what I should have said right off the hop, in that transitioning, right? That it's important for us to show up here not with old lessons, right? And not necessarily with new lessons either, but just the lessons that we're in the moment. And this week we had this word understanding, right? And I come to understand, not even close. And yet there was a lot of comparison, because I was taking a look at a lot of people who are deep into this word understanding. When we're talking deep, we're talking biologists, we're talking, oh my goodness, geologists, we're talking genetics, we're talking mathematical. And I'm sitting in on these conversations, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, and I'm showing up just the way that I'm showing up. But for me, that really works, because if we really want to go another work week with this word understanding, I easily could do it. But I would take it in a perspective that, we all learn differently, right? And an understanding for me is going to be different than an understanding for you. And also the things that I need to understand, you might have had those lessons down packed 10 years ago, and you don't need them, and you're off, and right, you're off, and you're taking lessons right? But in that comparison game, we could take a look at each other and go, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to get there, right? But I have to say, if we pull in the experiences, and I understand that my experiences are unique to me, those things that have come across my path are unique to me. And those lessons that I put out to the world, those were lessons that I needed because of those unique experiences, that dynamic family that I got brought up in. And then waking up to some different ideas and thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so far behind. Everybody's been awake for decades. And I'm just like, wait for me. Wait for me. I can laugh at it, but in the seriousness of it, right? I said we can touch on it for another week easily because of change, right? Because of the choices, because the things that we move with, the things that we stall out on, right? Those small curiosities, those side branches, Cindy's always going down, right? Then always having to pull herself back and then, right? Getting distracted by fancy conversation with my fancy friend Nancy, right? And everybody, I'd like to say Merry Christmas. One more time, I'd like you also to invite you to our Christmas Eve party, 7 p.m. Central on Christmas Eve. We've been doing it for years, like I don't even know how many years now. And it's an amazing little group that we have. And it's going to be a pajama party where you're each going to be, right, wearing different pajamas, if any. Right? And, well, I'll have to. I'll have to. But, right, we're all going to be having different cocktails, whether we're just having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a bottle of pop or a bottle of beer or a glass of wine or a bottle of wine. I went to the liquor store. I bought some alcohol. I'm going to make one of my favorite drinks called an electric monkey. I used to be a bartender waitress, an amazing job, but also a job that has served me well, right? Because it allows me to have a little bit of experience in the forerunning, right? So that I can have a little bit of a head start, right? That I have something to work off, so that I'm able to serve a little bit better because I've been, right, customer service. But you know what? Service is service, isn't it, you guys? Eggnog and sweet rolls. What's a sweet roll, Nancy? Is that like a cinnamon bun? Is that like a cinnamon bun, Nancy? I'm curious what a sweet roll is. I'm going to be making some bread, I think, on Sunday. I'm having a girl over for dinner on Sunday or on Monday. She's coming over Monday for Christmas dinner. I'm going to make some homemade bread. But yeah, maybe I should make some cinnamon buns, which means I'll have to take another trip to the grocery store. And I thought I was done. I still have wrapping and stuff to do. I'm done. I'm just gonna say it now. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with Christmas. Well, I'm not done with Christmas. Christmas Eve, we're gonna go over to my sister's for an hour. We got the Christmas party and stuff. But when it comes to wrapping presents and making sure everybody's got what they want or need, that's done. I'm pleased with that. Oh, that sounds amazing. Orange flavor. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Yeah, we don't have any. We have like the Pillsbury, there in the refrigerator, and you hit them on the counter, and they turn into cinnamon rolls and stuff. But you don't get orange ones. We don't get anything like that. Okay, you guys, you can see I'm babbling off. You see I'm bagged and done with my day, but I'm pleasantly bagged. I truly because my day was productive. And like I said, I got Christmas off the table. So now I can just enjoy the next few days, right? And if we don't see you on Sunday night, if we don't see you Sunday night in our Christmas party, you guys have an amazing Christmas. I will be back on Monday no matter what, because Monday to Friday I show up fresh like a loaf of bread on this platform. Oh, and Sunday. We're combining the show and tell on Sunday. Yeah, we're going to be busy, you guys. So keep your eyes open. Have a great night. Bye bye. Oh my goodness, Cindy.